All right, outdoorsmen. This morning we are at Cottonwood Springs. We are going to start on the Lost Palms Trail and shift over to the Mastedon Peak Trail. And we're going to get to the top of Mastedon Peak and catch sunrise as it comes up here this morning. So let's get outdoors. Heading down to Cottonwood Springs. If you saw my earlier video, you know that we were here and it is a spring area, but essentially there's no water at this point as we get late into the summer. We're going to cross over and keep on going and climb up out of this little valley. Oh, cool. Don't know if you could see it, but there was a little bat. A little bit of a perspective. There is the Cottonwood Springs. Way off in the distance there is our car. Gotta keep on climbing. I saw and heard the little birds. They're over in that Octilo cactus. But they're way too far away to tell what they are. It's so cool to be here and see the world wake up in the desert. Well, here we are. Two perfectly framed Octilo cacti. And pardon the pun, but it is definitely a rose between thorns. Always makes me laugh. When we got here 20 minutes ago, the air had a cool general feeling to it. And already, in this little bit of time, it has turned and now has a much warmer general feeling. The sun has risen. It's not very often that you get to see a bird's nest. And this one, you can almost see directly into it. You can see the bird's little feathers, and definitely picked a pretty thorny tree to kind of put its nest into. That is really, really cool to see. Almost walked right past it. There's a little bit of scat of some type. And you can definitely see there is fur, certainly the way it looks. So maybe that was a jackrabbit dinner. Interesting things you see on the trail. All right, everyone. Just up ahead there is the sign that tells us to turn left. And then as we turn left, we'll make the rather steep ascent up there to the top of Mastedon Peak. Let's keep on trucking. It's awful nice of the Park Service to build these steps so that people aren't having such a hard time navigating this trail. You can see it would be a pretty steep roll to the bottom there. Here's a plant with some cool little berries. I'll go ahead and check out what they are after we get cell service again. And I'll put the title above. It's pretty cool how you have outcroppings of igneous rock in the other types. Really neat to see. This is really cool. Looks like these may actually have been carved. Almost to the top. Well, we had the place to ourselves, but here come some other visitors. Still super cool to see. Let's snake up on through here a little bit. Really, really awesome. Oh, and there's my favorite friend down there. She said she was gonna come up here. Let's see how she does. I'm sure she'll be incredible. All right, everyone. We are at the top of Mastedon Peak here. Off in the far distance there is the Cottonwood Springs Cottonwood Visitor Center. Not positive. That is probably for human, but maybe for sheep consumption as well, a water structure. And we can't, zoom out a little more, can't quite see the Cottonwood Springs, but just an amazing, amazing view. Out there in the distance is the Saltato Sea. Interestingly enough, we are only probably about 30 aeronautical miles from the Baja Sea. So the day will probably come again where we will have salt water in this area as sea levels continue to rise. It's amazing how it just goes on and on and on. Absolutely spectacular. Yeah. All right, up there is my favorite friend. I asked her to please be careful coming down. I'm sure she's going to do a great job. Here you can see the upper remnants, and we'll move down in just a little bit to check out the entire structure that at one point was known as the Mastedon gold mine. Obviously does not exist anymore, and they have structures to keep people out, but at one point definitely took some gold out of the inner portions of this mountain. I'll do a little reading up on it and share some more at the closure. Let's check it out. It's a little hard to see looking through the structure that they have here, but I'll try to get you a view. There we go. There you can see the tunnel that was quarried out that led down to the mine shaft where the Mastedon mine existed. They don't want people in here anymore because bats now occupy the mines, and many of them have died from what's known as white nose fungus disease. Interesting, you don't see many cholla cactus up here, but there's one trying to eke out a living. Really cool to see. All right, everyone, we are on our way back down, and as you look way down the valley there, you can see Cottonwood Springs, and I'll zoom back out, and then when we look up, there is Mastedon Peak. That was the culmination, and down there was where we started. It was a great hike. Looking forward to getting our way back down. It's a little warmer on the way down here, but certainly not bad because it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. So I would highly recommend getting out before the sun gets too high in the sky and really enjoying seeing the world wake up. It's interesting how this path that we walk on feels like sand, but in reality, it's millions of bits of this rock that has broken down over time into little individual pieces. So, although I'm much more of a biologist than a geologist, try to add some educational value wherever I can. Not sure how well I can see it, but continue to try to zoom in. I'll get my binoculars and check, but I think that might be a California condor. There are some more mountain quail. Walk up there and see if I can see them anymore. Here you can see an ironwood tree, and they can get really large, but moisture is not allowing it to get terribly big right now. And they're only found here on this south-facing slope known as a bajada. And that is the area at the base of a mountain range, like there. And because it gets a little more moisture and collects more sun, it stays warmer and produces this specific type of ironwood tree. This is a Palo Verde tree, and it only has its leaves when it's wet. But interestingly, chlorophyll is found in the bark itself, which is what allows it to continue to photosynthesize and continue to grow, even during dry times. What a clever adaptation to living in such a harsh environment here in the Colorado desert. In California, ironically. Well, hopefully you enjoyed our hike from Cottonwood Springs to Mastedon Peak. It was really cool being out first thing in the morning and seeing the world wake up, as I've said. It was awesome to be out there with my wife. We had plenty of water, and we got to see some really cool things that pretty much only her and I got to see today because no one was out on the trail with us. So again, if you like today's video, you can go ahead and click that thumbs up button. And if you want, you can subscribe and see what we do on a pretty regular basis. Until next time, get outdoors.